Aaliyah, what were the second half adjustments? What did you guys talk about in the locker room that were effective for you?
Second half adjustments was definitely on the offensive end. We think that we did well keeping them. I think it was like 21 at halftime. So we were good on the defensive end, just to keep rebounding. But offensively, we need to move them more, get the ball moving side to side, and to execute the things that we want to run.
Also for Aaliyah, just what was it like going up against Creighton's physicality in the first half, and to see Gino kind of defend you in that way when you got the tee?
What's the question?
What was it like to go up against Creighton's physicality in the first half, and then to see Gino kind of defend you and go up for you when he got called for that tee?
Yeah, it was a grind the whole game, but it's something that we weren't expecting. I think that going against a team that's like always moving on the offensive end, so we're pushed and forced to communicate more often. So I think in terms of the aggressiveness, it comes with the game, but I think that we just grinded it out.
Paige, you guys secured at least a share of the 30th regular season conference title. How much do you guys celebrate these goals along the way to your ultimate goal? Also, Gino passed Coach K today, so how big a deal is that for you guys?
It's huge, just celebrating the mini victories. Obviously, when you come to Connecticut, all you think about and are really known for is national championships. But for us as a team, just the many milestones along the way, and continue to build great habits in practice. I think you just sort of just enjoy those mini milestones. I know the goal right in front of us is to win the Big East regular season championship, so that's what we're focused on right now. And then, of course, celebrating Coach and the legacy and his greatness. It's like a celebration every day with him, but just congratulations to him, and not surprised, but it's what he does.
Paige, can you just talk about your second half? Were you just much more aggressive offensively and looking for shots yourself?
Yeah, I feel like, in the first half I was aggressive. I just didn't make as many shots as I did in the second half, but trying to not settle, get to the basket more, get out in the lanes on defense, which leads to easier opportunities on offense. But yeah, just especially when Aaliyah went out, I kind of had to step up, knowing that she wasn't on the floor, and I tried to be even more aggressive at that point. But yeah, just continue to look for my shot, read the defense, do what the defense gives me, and just stay aggressive.
For Paige and Nika, you guys played almost the whole game today. What does your conditioning and training and all of that look like at this point in the season to kind of stay fresh and also, have the legs to go for 39 minutes like that?
I feel like we can thank Hootie and our conditioning staff and Janelle for that, because, we can say we're used to it, having 7 players in rotation, 9 players on the floor, but at the end of the day, you need to have good people in the program that are going to make this happen and prepare you for stuff like this, and they definitely did, and this is a perfect example out there how we did. I feel like we've had a long stretch now with 2 games and a couple practices, so being able to grind it out for 40 minutes, it's thanks to them.
Aaliyah, to your right, what would you say has been the key for you, say, since New Year's? You're really on a really efficient and productive streak at coming down the stretch, playing really well.
I would just say, confidence, consistency, just trying to make easy plays for myself or for my teammates, be a steady player. I think that it's helped me be more productive over the past couple of games now. I just got to lead into March. As we said, we're trying to clinch that chip at the Big East Championship, so just working towards that and staying motivated to do so.
Nika or Paige, for you guys to collectively as a group just really be effective on the glass, the guards to really be able to be a big part of that effort, which has been the messaging, especially just the last few weeks of making sure you guys are helping Aaliyah and being able to not fall behind too much in that phase of the game?
I feel like, Coach puts an emphasis on it a lot. We see how hard Aaliyah fights down there in the lane. Today I saw sometimes it was 5 of their players and Aaliyah got a rebound in front of all of them. So, just seeing that and being like, oh shit, we need to step up and get in there and help her. I feel like Ash had 9, Paige had a lot. Just just making sure that she's not alone down there and also Ice. I feel like she also grinds down there a lot. So just making sure that we know we're undersized, so help each other out, step up for each other.
Nika, the coach for Creighton was just saying that he feels like whenever a team kind of gets close to you, you guys break away. But part of it is that Paige can make like 5 plays in a row that nobody else in the conference can play. Like, is that, like, you've been watching her do it for so long, but is that just like a big part? Has it been fun for 4 years watching her do that, or it's not something you just like take for granted? I assume you still admire her athleticism.
I feel like sometimes, we take it for granted. Just, she's so consistent with her game, so efficient with her game that after a while you're like, that's what she's going to do. That's what, we're used to. But then you just step back and look at her game and you're just, amazed with, how talented she is. But people think it's talent. It's a lot of hard work. She's the hardest working player ever. And being able to come back from injury and still stay so consistent and even more efficient than what you were before, I feel like today's game was a perfect testament to who she is. Shots were not falling, but we as a team know that we can't win without her, and we're still going to get her the ball, and we're still going to get screens for her, and we still want her to shoot those shots, and we still want her to play one-on-one, and she delivers every time because she knows that we need her, and that's how unselfish she is, and that's, how great she is. So, yeah, it's definitely been fun watching her play.
Paige, you mentioned on Friday that it was kind of like a burden off your shoulders, and it was an emotional night. Do you kind of feel a little bit more relaxed or a little bit looser now that part of it's behind you and you kind of know what the situation is going forward?
Yeah, just having that decision made, having no more questions asked all the time, and just being able to just focus on the rest of the season at hand. And sometimes, like, Coach will yell at me or City will yell at me, and I'll just be like, all right, like, it's cool. Like, we have another year to work on it. So just stuff like that. It's just, I would say it's very relieving to just have that off my chest.
Aaliyah, you're closing in on 1,000 career rebounds. It looks like you'll be on pace to accomplish that, assuming the team gets to a certain round of the NCAA tournament. Maybe even before that. But are those types of milestones things you keep in mind at all throughout your career, heading into the season, even throughout the season? Only 8 players have done that. I wonder what it would mean to you to become the 9th.
Yeah, it's not something that I really keep on my mind, but to achieve that, then, that would be great to be one of 9. But, just my focus is to stay ready, stay consistent, and just stay in the moment, not really get too ahead of myself. So, but I'll keep up the rebounds. I can try to get that.
Paige, 2-part question, if you'll indulge me, please. 28 games this season. This is about as most you've played in a college season. I think 29 your freshman year, and going back to high school. Could you compare where you stand physically, mentally, emotionally at this point of the season, say to your freshman year? And second part is a serious question, though you'll probably be humorous about it, is would you ever leave the autograph line if someone didn't pull you out?
To answer the first question, I feel like all of us freshmen, when we came in, like, we were just hooping, like, free-flowing. We felt like we didn't have a whole lot of responsibility. I know we did, but we didn't focus on that because we were just so excited to play for the University of Connecticut, and nobody was really focused on being tired, and we just wanted to win and contribute in any way that we could. Comparing that to now, I have a different perspective because I've been in a position where I wasn't even able to play. So, like, really I don't allow myself to think about being tired mentally, physically, emotionally, because I'm so grateful to be playing a game of basketball again. But there's some days where, your legs are hurt or your legs are tired from practice or from a game or something like that. But overall feeling of just gratitude to be playing the game, I tend not to focus on that and just enjoy playing basketball and give it all I have every time on the court. And to answer your second question, I would not leave until somebody has to pull me off in order to leave. But yeah, it's not up to me or else I would stay the whole time, try to get everyone.